alligator shoes?
That's a whole nother story we're gonna talk about. Don't answer no more.
Is that the alligator shoes that got bogged down and lost over Floyd Town?
Don't say nothing else, Nick.
Yeah.
He's
Nick,
off the air.
Nick, were you in Floyd Town?
No,
Were you
he
in
wasn't
Floyd
there.
Town? Well, he's the one that sold you the shoes that you lost.
But he
in
did.
Floyd Town.
He had a great place over there, a men's shop over there where you could buy clothing and you could look nice. I mean, a poor boy could look good when you left Nick's because he'd fix you up now. He'd haberdash you. I ain't never forgot about you, Nick, son. You done good. Good to hear from you.
Hey,
who else you got, Marvin? What else you got going on?
Whoa. I want to say hello to Don Clements. Julian Boyd is watching us.
Julian. Yes,
yeah. Sheriff Wally Olson of Dale County, Alabama. Now, Sheriff.
Look at this face. Look at this face, Sheriff. Look at him.
Hey, wait a minute. Whoa. I want a picture of Wayne Goocher put on here so the sheriff will know, and the vehicles that may be going up 231 sometime. You know, just so they'll know what's happening.
Put that truck on there. Put the picture of the truck on there.
Yeah.
You got problems?
Wait a minute. Let Queezer get off the phone. He's on the phone. Let him. It's his move now.
Look at him. I got.
He got to call Marvin. Tell him to call
and
Marvin.
And he says that. Yeah, but we got broadcast difficulties. He said all it's saying is it ain't coming on. What'd you say it said now?
What is that?
It's saying broadcast interrupted. I think Marvin done dropped the phone in the toilet.
We on.
It does say broadcast interrupted.
Well, they done put the hook on us here.
Refresh the page. Refresh
Mayor
the
Pickle
page.
on the phone now. I'm telling you what he's telling me.
Well,
refresh the page.
I got him on right here. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it live. See my.
You still can't see us.
34 on there.
Oh, he said he can see us, but we ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
Well, that ain't good.
No.
What you gonna do, Marvin?
I mean, we do it all we can do. It may be. I don't know if it's their internet or what, but we live. We broadcasting live.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Charles, maybe disconnect from it and try it back on. He said
it worked. Refresh it.
Okay. If it don't work, let me know. All right.
Who that, Queezer?
That was Mayor Charles Pickle.
Did we go off?
Well, they ought to know.
Never.
Yeah.
We got to keep Dakota Coffee said they can see it fine.
Yeah.
Can they hear it?
That's what it is. Can they hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. He didn't say that. He said they can see it.
Eric Snow said hello from the great state of Baker County, Georgia.
Who said that?
Baker County, Georgia's a state now?
Yeah.
State of Baker. Always been a state.
They're coming
Hold
back
it, boys. Y'all ain't fit to y'all ain't gonna believe
it. We got a call coming in.
I got a text. Oh, listen. I got a text. It says, "This is Reverend Johnson. I've been at the ER all afternoon. Can I please call in?"
Hold on, we gotta take
he don't need to call in. No, he need to leave us a number so we can call him. How about that?
All right. Hold on, guys.
He needs to leave a number. Let's call Reverend Johnson.
All right.
What you got, Marvin?
Everybody be quiet. We have a caller on the phone from the great state of Texas. Caller, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, fellas. This is T.C. Berryhill with Berryhill Auctioneers. And I just wanted to call. I wanted to call and ask Floyd if he ever remembers a man named Salah. Down in beautiful.
I remember a man named Salah. Salah Ahmed Abdullah, something like that was his name. I encountered him, and you did too, brother T.C. Berryhill, when we was working and auctioneering in Saudi Arabia, in the great state of Saudi Arabia. I remember Salah. I wonder if he's still alive or if they done lobbed his head off over there in Saudi Arabia. he was subject to get his head lobbed off the way he run that mouth. But he like about 95% of the rest of them. You know what he was good at? Number one thing, Salah, he was good at two things: smoking cigarettes and picking his nose. Now he could do that. He could do that with perfection. because he was right in there with the rest of them. They was all good at that. Hey, Barry Hill, son, good to hear from you. You still doing auctions? I ain't been able to help you up there since the coronavirus hit. But I miss y'all. Miss auctioneers, y'all, man.
Yeah, Floyd, we miss you, Floyd. You're something else. But yeah, tell these folks on the Facebook about Siddiqui. Have you ever had any Siddiqui?
I had some Siddiqui. Yes, sir. That was see, alcohol was illegal in Saudi Arabia. You couldn't buy it nowhere. Couldn't buy no alcohol. You buy all the cigarettes you want, and you could buy all the hashish and the hubbly bubbly that you wanted, and the cot. They smoked this cot. They'd have a little old cube of stuff, and they'd smoke. They'd put it in them pipes, and it was a hallucinogenic, kind of like alcohol is, like a hallucinogenic. But Siddiqui was, and the Arabic word, the Arabic word for Siddiqui is friend. That's what they call friend. But it was illegal to have it. So what they done was everybody had a liquor still in the house. You had your own liquor still set up in your house. You make it so. I mean, you talk about skull busting, but if that's all you got, that's all you got. So yeah, I have consumed a small portion of Siddiqui. It wasn't my favorite, but it was what it was, and you know, that was kind of an escape pop-off valve for me. You know, I was not enjoying it. Let me put it that way, but I tolerated it. No pork.
Floyd, do you remember Phillips Holtzman camp, and we were inside the walls?
Camp. Yeah, I remember the camp. Big construction camp there. Where they
had them Germans there.
It was a big industrial, big international construction company, and they built hospitals and roads all over Saudi Arabia, and they had this big camp. And man, we had it made when we was in Philip Holtzman camp. It was like living in the suburbs of America. Everybody had their own little house, swimming pool. They had they had a cafe there. They had all kind of stuff. And but I remember Philip Holtzman camp, and I think it was who was that? It was Omar, and what was that other one's name? Swale or somebody. That they got into Siddiqui there inside the Philip Holtzman camp. Philip Holtzman was like a German construction company. They got inside the camp, got in an automobile, and got to driving all up on the sidewalk. They done got in that Siddiqui. Now let me tell you, Arab in Saudi Arabia. This is just Floyd talking now. I ain't speaking for none of my friends. This is Floyd. I'm a living example of it. Arab in Saudi Arabia were very limited as to the skills that they had, and driving skills was number one on their list. They're very limited in driving skills, because about a generation before I was over there, me and TC was over there, they were riding camels, and then they got all that oil, hit all that oil and everything, got wealthy off of that. But these are two cats that worked with TC's dad, Jim Parks, who was the most patient man in America, in the world. They got in the automobile, and they were driving all up on the sidewalk, running folks off the sidewalk and everything. In that Siddiqui. So that Siddiqui was some bad stuff, man.
They thought that was the HOV lane.
It's kind of like Gilbey's gin over here. A half a pint of Gilbey's gin. That's what Siddiqui was like. That's just one example, TC. We need to do. How long we got? An hour? Is that all we got, Marvin? An hour, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Man, me and TC Barry here can tell y'all some stories about Saudi Arabia, the kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
There you go, the great kingdom.
We had done auctions over there. Now you just think auction you just think a Deanco auction out there, a 3-day deal at Deanco is confusing. You ought to be in Dammam, Saudi Arabia, in August, doing a 5-day auction for a bunch of Arabic people, and see how you get on with that. Tell them, TC.
That's right. Oh, Muhammad, you remember old Muhammad? He can count that money, though, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Muhammad can count that money. Yeah, Salamat Dosri.
They counted it backwards. They counted the money backwards. I'll show y'all sometime how they counted money. I got some Saudi Arabia money in my desk drawer here. Sometimes I get it out and just feel it, and I say, "Thank you, Lord, that I ain't over there making this money."
Oh man, but hey, I'm gonna step aside and let you guys get back to your show. But I just want to thank Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports, because they're really, really wonderful people, and I appreciate the show. And you guys keep up the good work out there. God bless you. God bless
Thank you,
America.
TC.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's one of my old auction buddies back there from in the 1980s.
Well, look at him.
Wasn't there a story you told about them cigarettes and stuff?
Yeah, they all up smoke cigarettes. They all up smoke. They smoke cigarettes.
Look at him,
Somebody's hair caught on fire.
Yeah, that was one. Yeah, that was pretty regular. Go ahead, Queezer, what you got?
We got a situation. Reverend Johnson called, said he is at the ER.
How can he be at the ER on the telephone? What's wrong with him?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what he said. He said
I don't know about that Reverend Johnson. It could be an imposter for all I know.
No, this is the Reverend Johnson. This is the Reverend Johnson. This is him. This is the Reverend Johnson. Yeah.
I'm gonna get him on the phone in just a minute, but we need to pay some bills right now. This portion of the Dirt Road Sports and Charlie Platt's being brought to us by the good folks at Berry Hill Auction Company. One of the best auction companies. Let me do the advertising. You tell the jokes.
If you're going to get it right, Berry Hill Auctioneers.
Berry Hill Auctioneers. They will auction anything you want to auction. And TC, we will be sending you your first invoice in the mail for your unsolicited sponsorship of the Dirt Road Sports and Charlie Platt. Now, go ahead, Florida.
Yeah, that's it. No, I just was wondering about that Reverend Johnson deal. You know, we got all kind. You have all kind of groupies. You know, that follow people around who's making something out of their life and whose personalities on the air. You got all kind of groupies now. You better make sure you got this right, Queezer, because I'm gonna tell you something about Reverend Johnson. Reverend Johnson has large shoes to fill.
Ho. Got a call coming in from Eclectic, Alabama.
Eclectic. What they saying?
All right, caller from Eclectic, Alabama. Go ahead.
Hey, this is from Georgia, down at Fort Gaines. How are y'all doing?
Hey, yeah, do it, Marvin.
Is the fish biting?
Yeah, they must be. I heard they caught about 30 pounds of fish this weekend, Johnny. Charlie Platt.
Mm-hmm.
They went 2 days in a row. This is George Sanders and Johnny Sanders from up here at Fort Gaines. Charlie Platt. We're doing good. We're getting a good rain.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Send it down our way.
Yeah.
I know. First one we've had in about 2 months.
Well, we're glad y'all getting some rain. Everything else good with y'all?
Yeah, our pine trees need the rain. That's about all we got growing.
I got you.
Johnny wants to talk to y'all. Hold on.
All right.
It's been critical dry around here. We got big fields of good land east of us over here and all, and the corn burnt what we irrigated burnt slam up, and we really hadn't had a good rain in 2 months to just then. We had 6 10 3 or 4 times, and but a lot. I pulled up some real early, planted the 1st of April peanuts that was eating dry land though. And they about ready, and they had a lot of peanuts on them for it to be dry as it is, but they put them on back there last of May and the 1st of June, and we got a little more rain up that way than we did down here. A lot more rain up that way, in fact. But anyway, I hope it's raining a lot over in Alabama too. It don't look like it is on the radar, I know.
Thank you, man.
Y'all ain't getting no rain.
Y'all watching us very much.
Yeah, y'all stay tuned in, man. Yes, tuned in.
That's it.
Who else you got, Marvin?
God bless y'all.
Yep. Hey, look at here. My old buddy Calhoun, Layden Calhoun. Y'all know who he is. He farmed at Joe Sula up at the edge of Baker and Miller County, all up in that area up there. He called me today and he said he got 3 inches up there around Joe Sula and 5 points last night.
Yep.
He said he was thankful to the good Lord for that. So it's raining around. Good Lord ain't forgot about us. He knows when we need a rain. He gonna send us one.
Yep.
We ain't completely burned it. We ain't the Gobi Desert yet. So y'all just hang in there with us.
Yeah, they got about 2 inches at the Grassy Flats last night.
That's good, man. That's good rain. Who else you got, Marvin?
I'm gonna try to get Reverend Johnson on the phone real quick, but y'all go ahead and be
go ahead. Y'all go. What you got?
Anytime you fool with Reverend Johnson, there's always a catch. See, so he done sent it back to me. And he said this. He said you and him had this talk. I don't know, a few weeks back, and he was gonna call in and something come up, but he's trying to get up some money. He want him a new Cadillac.
Yeah, let me get in on this right quick. He has been calling Solomon Chevrolet Cadillac in Dothan. I know this because I'm there every day, and he's been kind of attacking Archie about not honoring the warranty on that 1972 model he's driving right now. And you can't get him to understand that the years are up, and he has had it in there, but we saw evidence where maybe on that 72 model, it didn't have the electronic odometers, Floyd, as the new ones do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we saw evidence on that, or the service department did, where maybe someone had taken a drill to that odometer and run the numbers back on it. Because here was a 72 model Cadillac Coupe de Ville with only 16,000 miles on it.
Ooh, that's odometer tampering is what they call that, Charlie.
You know, I had that.
I don't know if he do that or not now. Not knowingly.
Charlie, I had a customer do that one time. He brought his car up there to me. Yeah, he was trying to sell the car. Couldn't sell the car. Car had 280-something thousand miles on it. He brought it up there, and I wouldn't do it, but I had a fellow working with me that would do it, for a little bit. Donnell Gorey, he was working with me, and he took that drill and put that thing in there, and he run them numbers back from 200. He run it there back to about 74,000 miles, I believe it was. They had a sign, a car out there sitting up there on the square with a for sale sign on it. I went around the square the next day after he done that, and the car was gone. So I called him up, man. I said, look here. I said, I thought you was going to sell your car. He said, no. He said, I didn't change my mind. I said, why you change your mind? He said, well, I decided I didn't want to sell it. It ain't got but 72,000 miles on it. He said, I'm going to drive it 5 more years.
That wasn't finished junior tab, was it?
It might have been. It might have been. I ain't calling no names. I ain't calling no names. That's kind of like I was talking to my buddy Raymond Hope Jr. I seen him at the gas station yesterday. I said, look here. I said, Floyd, get on the thing, and he go to telling all his stories he used to tell back when they were coming up. I said, come on over here at this gas pump and let's kind of reminisce about some other story. He come over and he said, as far as mine and your reminiscence gonna go, he said, I ain't sure that the statute of limitations is out on all that stuff we done. He said, so we just can't go say nothing about it right now. How about that? I said, no, we're gonna have to come up. So we got some stories, but Reverend Johnson is
he's still in critical care over there, still in the emergency room.
Critical care. They have diagnosed him something wrong with his colon.
I'll tell you what's wrong with his colon. It's food.
Yeah. Well, that's what he said. Now, I got the text right there.
You remember about 4 years ago, he had an 18-inch extension put on his colon.
Oh, on his colon, yeah.
Yeah.
So you hold more.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 2-inch extension, but it was 18 inches.
18 inches. They took it out.
Colon. That's it.
They took it out of a number one hog.
That's right. Well, the hog felt at home then.
Well, you gonna check with him?
Yeah, I'm gonna check with him in just a little bit. We need to show something right now. I want to throw up a picture right now. This Charlie had a special visitors this week. He went and visited with the Bullet Bob, and I wanted to throw up a picture. Is it up there yet? Charlie, that picture's up there with you visiting with Bullet Bob. If you want to tell us a little bit about it.
Tell them who they are, Charlie. Tell them about it.
On the left is one of my best friends of all time. I love him. He loves me. Joseph James, y'all know him as Bullet Bob, Bob Armstrong. In the middle is Brian B.G. Road Dog James with the WWE. And then I am on the right-hand part of the screen. And Bob, with cancer, has lost down to a weight to where I'm at 182. Bob's about 135. And together, we make up the weight of the one in the middle at 317, boys. That's, you talking about a number one That's the number one heavy there. But had a wonderful visit with Bob, with Brian. They were so hospitable, and his wife Tracy, and we just love them. And Bob is hanging in there, and we just ask that everybody say a prayer for him every time you can. He's suffering from cancer, but he's fighting a battle. I guarantee. He's comeback artist. You never know, and had a good time with them. And they have, as Queasel has said many times, they've done a lot to raise money for the fire department over there and fire departments all across this country through the years. Good folks, good folks. And let me say, go ahead, Queasel.
I was just gonna say you had talked about that. When they come, everybody's always talked about wrestling. What they don't understand about these folks is when they come over here, they brought their wives and their families with them. It was a family affair. They helped take up money. They helped us in the concession stand. They helped do whatever need to be done. They don't come no better than people right there. I'm gonna tell you, they don't. We'll be indebted to them.
One thing I want to say, I celebrated a little birthday yesterday, and I am still getting birthday wishes on Facebook, through text, through messages, and y'all have made number 65 a whole lot better to take. The grace of the good Lord, mercy of the good Lord, I'm even here. But to have the folks kind of give you that happy birthday, wish you the best, y'all have really done it for me, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
Let's say when we do wish you a happy birthday, Charlie. I thought you was a lot older than that, but anyway, I'm glad you're 65. Moving right along.
Archie said he thought I was Floyd's age. I mean, you know.
Come on, man.
That old.
Thank you.
Let's throw up the other picture. Here's one. Here's a classic from the Miller County Liberal from 1978, about to be thrown up. Have you got it up yet? It is up. Floyd, tell us a little bit about this one.
Well, that picture right there that y'all say is up is a picture of a great American, a great Miller County farmer, businessman, entrepreneur, just a very, very famous person, Mr. G.S. Sonny Boy Pickle. I don't see him on my screen, but there he is right there. Sonny Boy Pickle from up here at the edge, early at the top of Miller County. And Sonny Boy got a picture there. This took in 1978. I want y'all to look at how Sonny Boy is attired. Now I want y'all to look at how I bet he bought that coat. I bet he bought that coat from Nick's in Dawsonville over there.
Ain't that a leather coat he's got on?
Full leather, 100% solid leather. That is not a leather-it coat. That's leather coat. But y'all see what he's holding there? He's holding a 10-pound bass. And here's what he said. He said he caught it. He said he caught it on a topwater plug down there at Lake Seminole. And if I recollect right, and I'm looking at this picture right, Sonny Boy do not look like no professional bass fisher. And he said, eat your heart out, T.I. And he talked about T.I. Brooks, who's the tooth dentist here in Colquitt, who is the one that was in the room with him when I told y'all that story down there about him being down there at Lake George, and Sonny Boy snowing so bad, and T.I. waking up, he couldn't get him to do nothing, couldn't get him to move, couldn't get him to do nothing. And T.I. reached over and kissed him in the mouth. And Sonny Boy, whoa. T.I. got back into bed over there and went to sleep. Sonny Boy stayed up on the edge of his bed all night. So
that's
that picture right there, Sonny Boy Pickle. And but I'm just thinking, I remember some things about 1978, and I remember what a lot of us done in 1978. We would go down to to like Hales Landing or somewhere down there, especially in the wintertime when this picture was took. We go down there, and it'd be Sonny Boy Pickle and Dr. James Merritt and Jimmy Fudge and Cooter Cook and all of that crew like that would be down there, and they'd have their boys with them. The young men would be down there with them, and the older men would be up on the bank. It'd be at night while the younger boys was out there fishing nets. So I was just wondering if that could be. I don't know if that fits into the equation or not. But Sonny Boy does not. I do not ever recall Sonny Boy being a member of the Bass Anglers Sportsman Society.
You saying that top water plug might not have been cast out there with a Shakespeare reel and a rod there? Is that what
That's
you're saying?
exactly right. Exactly. I'm just saying. See what difference. See what Sonny Boy and Dr. James Merritt and all that crew done while the boys was out there, the younger folks was out there fishing the net. See, they'd be up there on the bank. They'd be reading their Sunday school lesson and doing devotionals and things like that while they were out there fishing the nets. So I'm just saying, that's just Floyd thinking. And I know we got Charles and Pam Pickle. They watching. They done say they done tuned in. And Charles is his son. Charles is Sonny Boy's son.
Yeah.
That lives here. He's the one that sent all of that produce over there that morning. That Queezer come rolling it in the wheelbarrow on your show over there. You remember that, Charlie?
Oh,
Charles
yeah.
Pickle, Charles Pickle, the man that grew that. He still grows pecans. I get some of the best pecans in the world. But Sonny Boy Pickle, let me tell you what. And Queezer has been off with that crew in a motorhome down in Lake Okeechobee. So now, don't think Queezer ain't got some stories to tell.
That's what I'm fitting to say. It's been 40 years ago. 40 years ago, cause in 2 weeks, me and Mary Ellen be married for 40 years. And we got married in August, and Dr. James come by the station one day, and we were back there. We were polishing up on Daddy's motorcycle, and Dr. James pulled up there, and he had Daddy want to go fishing with him. And Daddy told him, he said, "No, Doc," he said, "I don't want to go," but he said, "Pull back yonder. I know somebody goes." So he rolled the window down. He said, "Hey, you want to go fishing?" I said, "Yeah, where we going?" He said, "We're going to Lake Okeechobee." I ain't had no idea where Lake Okeechobee was. I said, "Well, where's Lake Okeechobee at?" He said, "Oh, it's just over the Florida line." I said, he said, I didn't know no difference. I said, "Okay, I'm good. Yep. I'm good, and I'll be ready." He said, "I'll be back in an hour." I said, "I'll be ready." Daddy come around there. He said, "You better go home and get your little stuff ready." He said, "Doc will be back in an hour." And I said, "Well, he for real?" He said, "Yeah, for real." So I went home, got my stuff together, and got loaded up and got ready. Sure enough, in an hour, he come pull it up. The first trip, it was him and me and Mr. Sonny Boy. We left Cockwood about 8 o'clock, and we got to Lake Okeechobee sometime right after daylight. And I drove that motorhome all the way down there. And then about 2 weeks later, I took Dr. James, Mr. Sonny Boy, and Cooter Cook. That was the next trip I went. And then the last trip that we went, listen to this, and I took Dr. James, Mr. Sonny Boy, and Mr. Gordon Wilkin.
Oh,
and they got to telling them stories about the netting when Mr. Gordon said Mr. Gordon was the game warden. He was the game warden. He was the one that was always after him, and he could never catch him. They used to make him so mad, and they got to telling them stories. But I can't tell them stories on air and still live in Cockwood. I can't tell. But now let me tell you something. I laughed till I couldn't laugh no more at them. We drove all the way to Slim's Fish Camp in Belle Glade, Florida.
Ooh, man.
And we had some good times. I'm telling you. Dr. James went home. That was I think it was in April. Dr. James went home, told Miss Jane, he's looking and said, "I got to go take the boy fishing, say he fit to get married." And Miss Jane didn't know no different about when it was. She didn't know it was going to be in August. And so she said, "Well, yeah, take him on." He said, "I'm taking him for a wedding present." We went 4 times before I got married. And it was.
Oh, Lord.
I ain't never laughed.
Hey, son.
Hey, well, Professor George Williams from Peachtree City, Georgia, is eating fresh peaches and cream. Wanted us to know he was.
I hope it's a Georgia peach.
Well,
oh no,
ask him, Marvin, is it Georgia peach?
No, I go ahead and tell you. I talked to him the other day. He said he's gonna get some in South Carolina. He said somebody done hooked him up with them South Carolina peaches, them good South. I told him I ain't never seen no good South Carolina peaches.
No, man. They must have given them to him.
Well, he ain't gonna pay for them. You know
That's why I say they give them to him.
Yeah.
We just got an update. Reverend Johnson wants me to call him in a minute, but he got an update. He's still in the emergency room. He's got severe pain, needs some TLC, and they are hunting a gown. His waist is 65 inches, and they ain't got a gown big enough. It's big old gap open in the back.
Well, you better get him on there. You better talk to him. You better talk to him, see what's going on with him.
They said they got to get a gown because if that gap in the back, it looks like 2 plow mules bent over.
Ooh,
well, he got down here that they done tied 3 of them together, and you can still see his rear end in 4 different places. So,
size 65 in the waist.
That's pretty large, yeah.
It is. Yeah. But I'm worried about him. I mean, if he's sick, you know. Floyd, now you got to give him his due. You know that if you in the hospital sick, Reverend Johnson will come see about you.
I'm worried about him. Yeah, put him on. Let him talk.
Yeah.
Let's see what his temperature is.
Oh, they ain't got a thermometer reach that temperature. You know, he gets so hot. And
he don't see the only way he'll let you take his temperature is rectally.
Oh.
I don't know why.
It looks like it looks like a hot shot that you had to shoot a cow with.
Anyway, how you know so much about all that, Marvin? How you know so much about that? Oh, you right in there really pretty close. You running pretty close to him last count I had.
Did that look anything like that hot shot that got out of you today? You burn all the hay up?
Oh yeah. My wife.
Yeah.
Marvin, you done said that one time. You done said your mama one time, so you better be careful with all that. My wife.
You might be in the same boat with Wayne Goocher before this thing is over with.
Yeah, hey, y'all got to leave Goocher alone. Now his daughter goes. She's one of my church members, so you got to leave Goocher alone.
Let me tell y'all this here. I ain't gonna tell it, but I just want y'all to know I heard a very disturbing story about Marvin this past week. I had one of his growing up buddy. We were he was riding in the truck with me. And he was telling me about this contest that him and Marvin got in, and I told Marvin I wouldn't tell it, but it's very disturbing. The best I know, the only whooping Marvin ever got in his life, this boy's mama gave it to him. Because Marvin's mama ain't never whooped him.
Oh, Marvin mama ain't
No.
Yeah, come on. All right, guys. The Reverend Pencil Johnson is on the air.
Reverend Johnson.
Hey, I'm in pain. I'm in bad pain.
What's the matter?
I got the colitis, a bad infection in my lower intestine.
Say something, Queasel.
I can't hear. I'm hearing the echo. I can't hear what he's saying. He said,
I've got my
what caused the infection?
They said I've been eating too much pork, too much barbecue and ribs, and my problem is I need a new Cadillac, and everybody told me that Charlie Platt could make arrangements over there, that he was real good buddy with Archie Solomon, and you all know how it is. If Charlie Platt can't do it, it can't be done. And I need my Cadillac, all the duct tape's coming off of it. And if y'all remember, Floyd loaned me money for the one I got now, and I was kind of hoping he would loan me some. Him and Charlie could loan me some to get one from Archie. But I've been in a lot of pain. I was at the ER most of the day today, and after they found out I didn't have any money, they gave me 2 pills and told me to go home.
What kind of pills did they give you, Reverend Johnson?
I don't know, but they said they gave them to all with the horses. It was some type of suppository they gave me.
Reverend Johnson,
did you swallow it?
I had to chew on it a little bit, but I finally got her down. I finally got her down. And now all of a sudden, every time I see any hay or straw, I'm wanting to chew on it.
Reverend Johnson, I have a solution for your colitis because I have had the same problem. Now, for a size 65 waist, my recommendation would be this. Go to the Dollar General store in the pharmaceutical section. At the bottom down there, the pharmaceutical and first aid section, there's some little pint clear glass bottles. Get you about 12 of those magnesium citrate and drink them all 12 at one time. Chug them behind one another, and it will fix your colitis.
Okay. Thank you for the medical advice, but what about my car? Now, y'all think?
Hey, I tell you what, Reverend Johnson, why don't you come by Solomon Chevrolet with your car and let's talk business over there at Solomon Chevrolet. What you think, Charlie?
Yeah,
a
good time to do that will be New Year's Day. I think we got a special sale New Year's Day.
Well, hey, look here. I got a down payment because Floyd told me if I called in, y'all would send me money for calling in.
Well, you need to Floyd who? Floyd.
Floyd who is what I want to know. Floyd who? It ain't Floyd B. Lloyd.
Floyd B. Lloyd. I thought I got
Floyd McNeese, but it ain't Floyd B. Lloyd.
I tell you what. We've got a special guest, Reverend Johnson. We have got a special guest watching this show right now that may can help you because nobody can track money and abuse in money any better than this fella. He is the state auditor of the state of Alabama. Mr. Jim Zig Ziglar is with us, boys.
Yes, sir.
So maybe in his spare time, we'll get Zig to come over there and help you maybe better manage your money at the church. What about that?
Well, my problem is the people who take up the offering. They get the first cut. They get the first cut. And then when I get it, Queasel's usually back there in the back, and he puts all the money in a great big suitcase. And then after Queasel puts it in that suitcase, Marvin says he's going to take it out to the bus to count it. And I usually get a little bit back, but I never know what the total number is.
Well, Reverend Johnson, I need to tell you this. My prepaid minutes is just about to run out on the phone here. But I wanted to tell you this. Before you go to Solomon Chevrolet, if you want to get the best deal for that Cadillac, you drink them 12 bottles of magnesium citrate right before you go over there and meet with them at that Solomon Chevrolet Cadillac.
Well, now, can I, if 12 will do me good, 24 will make me great.
Man, 24 would probably get you 50% off of any Cadillac on the showroom floor.
I bet if I drank them, people would quit telling me I was full of it, probably, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah, we love you, Reverend Johnson. You take care. We're praying for you. Have a good one.
All right. Well, look here. I'm still mad at them folks over in Alabama for taking Charlie off TV.
We are too.
My church women, these senior citizens, and these old retired farmers, they look forward to hearing him every morning. We need to get a petition to get him back on TV.
He's on TV. He's on TV now.
Right now. Yeah.
We lost.
And we done moved on from that, Reverend Johnson. We've moved past that, man. We in the 21st century now.
We lost Reverend Johnson.
He lost him, man. I mean, no, had a bad connection, that probably.
I've been darned.
I'm worried about old
Thank you, Marvin. Thank you very kindly, Marvin.
You know, he got to be sick to go to the ER, Reverend Johnson, dude.
Yeah.
They're gonna want some money.
I didn't know you would.
He got some church members to take care of that.
I didn't know you took up money over this church, Queasel. You never told me that.
Oh, I don't get to take it up. They take it up and they just give it to me. I'm the go-between man. I take it to Marvin.
How
See, him
come
and Marvin.
How does Marvin get a cut?
Him and Reverend Johnson had a falling out. I told y'all that they had a falling out about when they couldn't have church. And Marvin had all this stuff on there. Reverend Johnson didn't have nothing, and he go put up his tent, and they couldn't. But 2 people come because they couldn't social distance. So him and Marvin kind of got to working together, and now they teaming up on people. And so I had to go. See, they don't take it when them 2 go to preaching. They don't take it up by the plate. They take it up by the wash tub. And my job
is that where that fancy microphone you reckon come from?
No, I told y'all one of the sisters.
I'm pleading the 8th on that because the field won't be strong enough.
One of the sisters in my church.
But so I just took the money out there. But I had something interesting that if I can find it, I wanna ask y'all something. Y'all go ahead and let me see, can I find it?
Floyd,
Yeah,
tell us about them short books that you was talking about.
Yeah, I always like these short books. I like to read short books. It don't take long to read them, and I always go to the library looking for them, or go online looking for them. And I've got a list here of the shortest books ever written, and one of the books is Christmas decorating tips for Jehovah's Witnesses. And here's another one. A list of Amish. Where did Charlie go? This is another one of the shortest books ever been written. A list of Amish John Deere dealers. Here's another one. List. Shortest book ever wrote. This could be the shortest book ever wrote. Foods that a Southern Baptist preacher will not eat.
Oh,
hey, here's a good one. Here's another one. Here's one of the other shortest ones ever been wrote. Number of times that Al Sharpton has been on Jeopardy. Now that's funny. I don't care who you are in this world. That's funny. And it's the truth. Here's one more. Here's one more. NBA Player's Guide to Celibacy. So that's what I've been reading lately. But I really like that one about the foods that a Southern Baptist preacher will not eat.
I ain't never seen nothing. Being you said that, have you?
I ain't never.
I ain't never seen that they won't eat.
I ain't never seen nothing they wouldn't eat.
Well, let me. I got something. I got something I want y'all to ponder on. I got a new quote. I like quote. I got something I want y'all to ponder on. Tell me what you think about this right here. Character is what you are. Reputation is what you got caught at. How about that?
That's true.
Words
that's true. You're right. That's a crucial quote right there. Mm-hmm.
That's a crucial quote.
Floyd. Yeah. TC Bearhill done come on and put one on here. He said that his daddy gave him the shortest book before he got married. The shortest book he ever had. Everything I Know About Women.
Yeah.
Let me say hello to Laura Bright watching down in Clay Hatchie, Gary Edwards. Kenny Wood said great show and great people. He don't know us too well.
Who's that, Kenny Woodham or Kenny Woods?
Kenny Wood.
Okay.
WOOD. Sean Smith and my buddy John Taylor said, hello, Chris Helms, Donna Balcom, Eason. Got folks watching from all over. But John Taylor said the man with the fish looked like Kojak. With that.
He did look like Kojak with that leather coat on, that bald head, and them dark glasses. That's Sonny Boy Pickle. I'm telling you, Sonny Boy, living legend. Y'all just don't understand about Miller County, Georgia. How many characters has come through Miller County, Georgia in the last 100 years?
Well,
Let's do some.
Floyd, there's been characters come through every county in Alabama, every county in Georgia and Florida, but they have disappeared because they're not politically correct.
You're right. They told it like it was, man. They told the truth too much, and what they had on their mind is what they told, and it was the truth. But you don't get that no more, man. Folks are scared to say what's on their mind. I reckon everybody's up to us. We'll say kind of what's on our mind, but they did it, man. And every community in the southeastern United States, especially in South Georgia and in Southeast Alabama and Northwest Florida. Now you talk about some folks. You talk about some spokes, SPOTES. They were there, son. And I loved them. I loved every one of them. Every one of them had a story to tell, and they could tell it. And it sounds, man. Hollywood ain't never done nothing. Hollywood ain't never had what these storytellers down here in Southwest Georgia, Southeast Alabama, Northwest Florida has told. They ain't told the story like they did.
Well, Charlie, do you know how you know when you really a preacher?
Oh, I gotta hear. I'm gonna bite on that one. How do you really know when you know that you're a preacher?
You really know that you're a preacher, that you're a show enough preacher. Now, not their imitation, but a show enough preacher. When it's perfectly fine for you to show up at somebody's house unannounced and expect to be fed.
Uninvited?
Uninvited, unannounced. When you show up at somebody's house unannounced and uninvited and expect to be fed, and that man sitting up there between me and Floyd wrote the book on that. He just can happen to show up when it's time to eat.
Well, I tell you how I got called. I knew I was called to preach. I kept waking up in the middle of the night craving fried chicken.
Oh, well, that ain't all you were craving. Preacher, Reverend, correct.
Reverend. I was down at the road patrol station the other day, and they was cooking, and he smelled it, and he showed up down there. Bumming something to eat.
When do you expect he's going to show up at your house like that?
You don't never know. You don't never know. You don't never know when he's gonna come on.
You don't never know. You don't never know where he might show up.
I bet you though, a preacher that the Lord woke up during the night craving fried chicken, he couldn't eat a fried rib, could he?
Oh. Well, that's what I was fitting to say. He kind of incinerated that he might show up about tomorrow night. He found out what I was going to be cooking. He kind of talked like he might show. Not that he was invited. Okay. He just kind of said he might show up.
Last time I ate fried ribs, I ate about 6 pounds by myself.
A rib.
So I hope the next rib cooking I go to, they got plenty.
Yeah, because we ain't established yet that you come into this one.
Yeah. Could that little get together be moved?
Moved?
Move where?
Where we gonna move it to?
Undisclosed location where no preacher would know about it.
Look at here, ain't you ever seen them Fruit Loops commercial?
Yeah.
With that big old bird up there, and he said, "Follow your nose."
Yeah.
Marvin can sniff out food worse than every bloodhound you ever seen. He knows where to show up to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pretty good at it.
Of ribs.
Oh yeah.
What'd you eat with them?
Yeah, what'd you eat with them?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I had mashed potatoes. I had green beans. I had banana pudding. I had sweet potato souffle. I had stir fried okra. I had some cabbage, and I had some turnip greens, and there was a little bit of about 2 scoops of collards left.
How much does a rack of ribs weigh?
And a half a set of mullet roast.
How much?
I said that ain't but one.
But how much does a rack of ribs weigh, boys?
I reckon it's according to how big the hog is. I don't know.
That's a good answer.
All right, boys, we got to bring.
If Marvin, look at him. If Marvin was a hog, it would be an extra large order.
No. Wait a minute. I guess when Charlie was talking about how much Bob Armstrong weighed and how much he weighed, I'm in the middle between him and Bob Armstrong.
Whoa! I tell you what, them Southern Baptist preachers will do. They'll lie too. I guarantee you.
We just about to run out of airtime. So
okay, let's remember to be thankful for everything we got. Let's remember to love one another, and let's remember to pray for folks that have this COVID-19. It's real. I can tell you, folks, that I know 2 or 3 good friends that are in the hospital right now, and I think the good news I can say is I don't think any of the 3 are on ventilators, but pneumonia is involved, and it's real. We need to continue to wash our hands. We need to wear these masks and do what we're supposed to do, and just use some good common sense, which, as we all know, most of us died, but we can resurrect that, I think. Use some good common sense. And, just thank the good Lord for the friendship that we have and the people that enjoy listening to us on Friday night. Floyd, it's over in your corner now.
Thank you, buddy. Well, yeah, it's good to be with y'all again. You know, we cutting up, having a big time, enjoying ourselves. But anyway, I like reflecting on things that have happened and on people that have influenced my life. I've been around so many interesting people and have encountered so many interesting people in my life. And here's a word to you younger people. And I'm 73 years old. I've been around a long time. Queasel, I guess, or Marvin. Marvin's the youngest one here. I don't know what are you, Marvin? 45, 46, something like that.
49.
49. It's like if you're 25 to 45 years old, or 25 to 50 years old, listen to what old folks say. Old folks has been down the road. They done traveled that road, and they're not going to tell you anything that is going to be detrimental to your well-being. Old folks love you. Your family loves you. Your grandmama and your granddaddy loves you, and your mom and daddy loves you, and they don't want nothing but the best for you. Listen to older people, because they will not lead you wrong. Do not be misguided by what you see on TV or what you hear on the headsets that you're walking around with, or what you hear in music. Do not let that lead you down that road, because it's a dead end road. You listen to old folks and you will be okay.
Queasel.
Yes, sir. Well,
your turn. You're up.
Well, I just got a little text right here. A fella sent me a text, and he said not only will them Southern Baptist preachers do not tell the truth all the time, but he says that they will give you the wrong phone number when you want some upstanding man's phone number. They will give you a number and some young girl answer. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that means, but that's just what I saw. A little smile there on Marvin's face.
Marvin know what it is.
Look at here. Today was a big day in Colquitt, Miller County, Georgia. Today was a 12 long years of work come into being today. We were blessed to put into service a new medical helicopter flight base right here in Colquitt, Georgia. We are the home of Survival Flight 19, who can, I've been watching them. They gave us a thing to keep up with. I've been watching them. Right now, they are in Pensacola, Florida. They left this morning, and they have been all the way to Valdosta, flying around all around in Pensacola now, to letting people know that they're here. Marvin knows. Marvin been right there with me side by side. This has been a long fight. And Miller County, the Miller County commissioners, they went to the plate, and they pulled this off. And I appreciate them. I appreciate everything that was done. This move today will save a lot of lives, not only in Miller County, but in Southwest Georgia, Northeast Alabama, and Southwest Florida. And we are just so happy that it was here. And it just goes to show that the Lord listens. He sees the needs, because we are an hour away from any kind of trauma care, any kind of major background. And this thing worked out, and we got it, and we are so proud. We don't want to do so. To any of the survivor flight folks, anybody that might know them that's listening, hey, we want to welcome y'all home. We proud to be your base, and it's just an honor for you to be here. Marvin?
Well, we want to thank you all again for joining us tonight. We appreciate Mr. T.C. Berryhill calling in all the way from the, I know he lives in Texas. He lives all around, but we appreciate all of our listeners and all of our viewers. We love all of y'all. We know you're there. We get your comments. We hear you. You tell us you're watching, and listen, we just love to have a good time. We pick on one another, and we pick on one another hard, but we love each other like brothers. And we love the Lord with all of our heart. And listen, some of you may be going through rough times right now. You may have family members that are sick. You may be having financial problems. You may be having marital problems. I don't care what's going on. I'm going to give you this word of scripture to close in tonight. It comes from the book of 1 Timothy. Fight the good fight of faith. Take hold of the eternal life which you were called, and you made the good confession in the presence of many witnesses. What I want to tell you tonight, keep on fighting the good fight of faith, trusting in God with everything you got and in everything you're going through. We love you. God loves you. And we hope to see you back again next Friday night, 8 o'clock Georgia time, 7 o'clock Alabama time. Y'all have a great weekend. Hey, keep your eyes up, keep your head up, and keep moving forward. We love all of you, and have a great week. Good night, y'all.
See y'all.
See.